Hey, welcome. All my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in. Check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right out here in my lab, and I'm in the book. We rolling now, Jack. I got another good lesson for you today. I call this one the Holy War. Okay, within yourself is the ego versus the soul. Ego represents Set. Your soul represents Haru. That's the spirit that's in me and you. Ego is in me and you too. So they in the same body. Feel me? There's the body, different heads, different mindsets. How about that? Let's talk about it. Radism, 25 rule to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's always a message in my stories for life. I give life lessons. You tune in and receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline practice daily will help and guide you to attain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get it together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through. That's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do. For you, I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you, right? Thinkers know thyself and two might be true. We wrapping up the concept, right? Think P-Funk philosophy, talk about the soul trap. I'm gonna wrap it up with breaking down the 12 comparisons between the ego and the soul. The idea is to master one's soul, aka your spirit that dwells within you with knowledge of self. Let's talk about it, right? Thinkers. You got the ego versus the soul. Now, I'm gonna give you back and forth. I think I'm gonna go that way with it. Ego first, and then soul second, to show you the difference in the mindset. 1-1. Ego seeks to serve itself. I tell you all the time, and I'm teaching my philosophy from the Egyptian concept. Mayat says you can serve yourself or you can serve the higher self. Those who serve the ego self, that's yourself. That's what the ego does. Or your soul says your soul seeks to serve others. I'm here every day trying to help you. That's not ego. Moving on. Number 2. There's 12 of them, all right? Number 2. The ego seeks outward recognition. See, I'm pointing back here. Mo Man was ego driven. He wanted everybody to praise and worship him, kiss his butt, so to speak. That was his thing. He loved to be stroked. You can get anything you want from him. Make him feel good. Yeah, you can get anything from him. He was easy. I manipulated him a long time. He was easy. But because of his ego, easily manipulated. Do that. We got a guy now. All you gotta do is make him feel good. He can take my piece. Take this. Why? Just give him what he wants. To get what you want from him. Sound familiar? All right, let's go. But number 2, for the soul. The soul seeks inner authenticity. I adopted the name P Funk. You don't get no more pure real than you don't get no more authentic than being pure real. I did this a long time ago. Okay, but that was my concept. That was my philosophy. And again, that ain't ego. Number 3, ego sees life as competition. That guy bet on everything. He was a habitual gambler. So I grew up that way. I know for a fact if you're going to compete, you better bring something. You better lose something or win something. Why? You can't. You got to bring ass to get ass. You got to bring cash to get cash. Whatever philosophy you adopted, but my old man was a gambler, true and true. And the thing about it, he was a real sore loser. Not that he lost that often, but when he lost, he didn't like it at all. So I hate seeing him lose. Why? I got to deal with that. I love to win. Yeah, yeah. Again, the ego stroke, they're happy. If they're not stroke, they're upset. And your soul sees life as a gift from God. And what you do with it is your gift to God. If you worship, praise, and abide by Him, He'll be happy and pleased, and He'll welcome you home. Good job, my good and faithful servant for y'all Christians. Y'all saying the right thing, y'all, but I don't know if y'all really understand it. The symbolism behind it is you need to be your best self in order to what? Appease God, earn blessings while you're here in the physical world. There's things you can do, but you got a choice. You can do you, you can do Him. Okay? The ego is going to do itself. That's what I'm showing you. The ego seeks to preserve life. His worst nightmare was death. Couldn't come to grips with that one. Ego. Mm-hmm. He didn't see. No, it was over for him. Okay, moving on. I don't want to beat that with the whole, but that was one of his pet peeves that he couldn't handle. I watched that. The soul seeks to preserve others. Show compassion, be there for him. Riding through. My mom forgave him. And I said, you let him off the hook. You let him get away. The person was in there, but that's the difference in the ego and the soul. Okay, my mom had a soul. She forgave him. Okay, ego looks outward. Okay, they only see with these eyes. They only see what material. They only can see. That's all they know. And if he couldn't see it, spin it, do it. He didn't want it. I'm sorry, dude. The soul, okay, I wasn't cool. The soul looks inward. I'm an introvert. I always know that. He's extrovert. I'm introvert. We two different dudes, okay? So, but I was patting myself after him. That's why it was so hard for me to accommodate some of the stuff. I said, man, I ain't built for that. I got feelings, dog. I can't do that. So we different in a few areas. That was one of them. The ego feels lack of whatever they got a need for or need for love for, they feel that they lacking, so they got to try to get it by hook or crook. And if it was money, he got to get his hustle on. Okay, if it was woman, if he want to get his thing, he go find a woman. Okay, moving on. But soul feels abundance. I'm happy. I'm just as happy as can be with myself, with the person I turn out to be. My mom says the best. I'm happy with the man you turned out to be. It can't get no better than that. And that's from my mom. Moving on. Still say 68 years, best gift she ever received in her life. My sister don't like that, but who cares? All right, let's go. Moving on. The ego, right here, the ego is mortal. That's man. That's you. That's you. Yeah, that's you. That's you. Yeah, you're mortal. You're not immortal. You're mortal. When you wake up and become conscious, he never did that. So he stayed mortal. So he died twice. Okay? The soul is eternal. I can't die. I tell you all the time, we don't die. We going home. Okay? When I say we, meaning we who become conscious. We who practice religion, philosophy, whatever, the way it's supposed to be done, and we earning our stripes, so to speak, and we all get to the same place. Different way, but same place. When I got to God, my pastor's already there, okay? That ain't ego, my friend. Okay, before I got there, I was ego, okay? Ego is drawn to what? Lust, pleasures of the flesh. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, ding, ding. I call him Peter Pan. He never grew up. He never grew past his waist. Everything for him was below the waist. Everything for him was. Okay, moving on. He was ego driven. The perfect example. And I use him for that purpose. The soul is drawn to love. I love everybody. I'm trying to get better as a wise man and philosophically. So I get the concept. I understand that. And yeah, I'm not a hater. I know that. I don't dislike nobody for who the color they are. No. But if you do something to me, that give me reason to dislike you. Now I'll do that in a heartbeat without thinking twice. Okay? Remember that, so understand. But the ego enjoys what? In the prize. They always want to win. They always want to get the prize. Okay? And If you that type of person, that's your thing, okay, but there's a price that come with that lifestyle. There's a price that come with that. If you want to do it, remember the consequences. I knew when I was doing what I was doing. Two things can happen to me. I get killed if I go to jail. I feel like I lucked out when I cracked out when I went to jail. Okay, what now? I can change. If I got killed, party's over. Moving on. And at that time, I was ignorant. I'd have died twice too. Okay, but the soul enjoys what? The journey. Every day. Every day. You just look forward to it. Why? You do the same thing today, what you did yesterday that worked for you. You don't do the things today that you did yesterday that didn't work for you. That's common sense. Okay, that's mastering the journey, enjoying and doing the journey. A lot of people, they want the end, the destination. Sometimes you don't make it to the destination and you miss all out. Why? Because you didn't even enjoy the journey. You got nothing. That's living a whole life and never turn into a butterfly. You're the caterpillar your whole life. You never got to make the transition. Ignorant people, okay, ego people, they go that way. Simple. They ain't the only ones. There are other people, other reasons for them going that way. I just know one. Ego is cause to pain and suffering because it desires, it wants, and when it don't get what it wants, it hurts, it suffers. Again, I gave that lesson. You suffer because you desire. The ego is the most desirous thing or person you can imagine. Why? All it does is desire, and guess what? It will never be satisfied. That's why it's the most desirous thing ever. If you feed the ego, once you start, he's not going to stop. Understand that? So be careful. Okay? You ready for pain? Go for it. Your soul is cause of healing. You help people. You encourage people. You motivate them. You ain't trying to tear them down and beat them up. I don't come here to beat them. I don't do that. I ain't got time for that. And my Christians, I love you. I ain't here to beat you down. I'm here to just explain to you certain things about what you're doing and how you're doing it. I know more about your religion than y'all do, and I'm not a Christian. But I study and I learn. I just let you know that. That's all. I don't beat you up. Again, I love you. The ego seeks to be filled. Stroke it. Get anything you want. Love it. Okay? Dissatisfied? Oh, you got a beast to deal with. You got hell on your hands. If he ain't happy, you can forget it. You can kiss the baby goodnight. All right? But that's the ego. It only goes and predicated on one thing. Getting. That's why it's never satisfied. Okay? Greed. Lust. All those is just perpetual with the ego. Your soul is eternal. Wholeness, one with what? With God. You become one with God. When your spirit gets enlightened, when you become conscious who you are, now you become one with God. You reach that level. The ego will never get there. That's why it don't have wings. It can't ascend. It's a four-legged animal. That means it's grounded. It's earthbound. And the body is earthbound. But if the ego stay with the body earthbound, guess what? It dies with the body. Stay earthbound. All right? But the spirit will leave and go and get into another body and see what happens. The last one. The ego, me. Okay? All the ego know is me, not we, meaning you and God, not becoming one with God. All the ego know is me. Hope you're getting the lesson. This ain't subliminal. This ain't nobody because the guy I know like that is dead. So I'm just putting out there, using him as an example. I know he turned over a little bit right now, but my man, you couldn't take it when you're here. Take it in that like, come on. Put your big boy pants on, as your mother would tell you. My grandmother had him pegged to the T. I love that. Okay. Somebody could get his goat. Okay. Other than me, I know how to get it. Moving on. All right. Last one. The soul is we. That should be a pin dropper. That should say it all. Because once you become one with God, it's no longer I and me. It's we. Why? I become one with my higher self. That's why. The dualness stops when you become enlightened to who you are. You become one being now. Not just, an ego, just little old me. No, God. Thank you. Now let's talk about the soul trap. I had fun with that one. I hope you enjoy this. This we talking about the soul again. The soul trap. You know, life on one side, death on the other. They go hand in hand. Life, death. Okay, you come in, You go out. All right. That's the cycle, and that's the concept of life. Perpetual, constantly going. Why? Two people get together, they create life. As long as we keep being fruitful, life will continue. See where we're going? All right. Nope, unless they do that damn nuclear thing. That's another lesson. We ain't gonna talk about that. That's a political nonsense. Let's talk about the soul trap. This is somebody's concept, and when you listen to it, if you listen to it, you can't say, no, you gotta pay attention. That's what I'm saying. I love this book. Why? Just lay it out there for you. No, just lay it out there. Let's talk about the soul trap. I love it. The soul trap. The entities that's manipulating this realm that y'all call God. That's another lesson. But this realm are what? They are. Okay, this is layman term. You know what that is. They are misleading humanity. Y'all call it religion. I keep telling you that. I'm not going to stop. Why? That's just a fact. You can think it, believe. I don't give a damn. But this is what they're going to tell you. Watch this. Now, the entity that's leading, manipulating y'all with all this nonsense about God is leading humanity, misleading humanity, and they are fostering a distorted perception. That means they're showing you something television. They're lying to your vision. A distorted perception of what? Reality. Again, they playing a game with you. A prominent illustration of this concept of this manipulation to you is, watch this, the concealment of what the authentic cosmology or of our realm, commonly referred to as Earth. Embracing fallacious concepts. Felonious concepts, okay? Thanks for the fallacious concept, meaning wrong, such as, watch this, the particle of universe, particular universe, entwined with the Hellencentric model. That means they're selling you billy goods about hell and heaven. Confirms what? That the mind to a narrow belief, right there. They want you to follow a belief system in a purely materialistic universe. We are under the illusion that everything is real. And they want to sell you on what? The only thing that's real is what's material. Okay, that's wrong. And present day teaching, to this day, lead to 90% of the population, I call y'all, are erroneously identifying yourselves solely with this physical body that you inhabit. The me. I just told you about the ego. The ego is ignorant of its higher self. And that's a lot of people to be ignorant of who they are. Jeez, that's monetic. I gave y'all 85. I ain't but 5% sure. But that's a lot of people. I told you, at 85, we ain't ever going to get the benefit. We ain't ever going to win that fight. If every 10 people you got, I got 90, you ain't ever going to beat me. And that's the way the odds been going for us. That's why, but bet makers, they love odds. Why? Give a sucker an even chance, so to speak. No, just make you spend your money and dream on what could be, what might be. They play on that whole concept of believing that you could win. Moving on. But talking about the powers that be. As previously mentioned, I just try to say to you, the mind serves as just the projector of the soul. It's acting as its conduit, connecting one's soul to one's body. You feel me with that? By what? Manipulating the mind. I told you they took slavery, they took the chains and the shackles off and mentally enslaved. That's why they're controlling the mind with that thing y'all call religion. That's my point. And these entities, the powers that be, the 10%, because 90% y'all just dumb. The 10% is robbing you blind. And these entities, the power that be, I say that, they ensnare your consciousness within the confines of what they call this physical body, which represents the earth in this context. Long they keep you ignorant, docile, doing pretty much nothing, and telling you where, what, how to do, they will love it. And some of us will not be in that way. I spent 3.5 years in prison, hated every day of it. Why? I wasn't free. That's why. And ain't nothing worse than being physically locked up than what? Being mentally locked up. Whereas the jail that you're in, you don't see the bars, you don't even know you're in it. That's the mental game that they're playing with y'all, 90% of people, and that's sad. I'm trying to save you the best I can. I'm throwing my casting my net over to the right side to get all I kill, who to think right, become understanding of who they are. That's it. That's all I got. I ain't going too far. I know my limit. I know as far as I'm going. As far as I'm going. Moving on. The body, in this essence, serves as the vehicle or the vessel for what? For navigating in this realm. The physical body, the spirit comes into matter, which is the physical body, but this controls it. This controls it. And if you can manipulate this and control that with what? False belief system, you got them all already enslaved. You ain't got to touch nobody. They will enslave themselves. Like I said, you get coach, you can condition a person's thinking process and tell him he go out the back door. If in the back door, he'll make one. Okay, that's programming for your ass. And the central nervous system, aka, functions as what we call it the tree of life, as the mechanism that orchestrating. Okay, you got tree of good and evil, cardiovascular system, and the tree of life. The cardiovascular system, the tree of life. Good and evil is the tree of knowledge. That's the one they're talking about right here. Okay, the right side brain. That's what the tree of knowledge of good and evil. All right, but it's mechanism, the programming that shapes our conscious experience. What we think, what we believe is what and who we are and what we will do. The power of belief, they did that knowing that whatever they can get you believing, you can make it possible. It's called miracles. No, if it's good, it's called a blessing. It shouldn't be a miracle to get something good. That should be a blessing. But they got you thinking the other way. And watch this. So consequently, when you engage in the astral projection, meaning things of the mind in your dream, that dream world, imagination state, and you detach from the body, that's pure. That's pure. You don't need this. Where you going? The next, like my man in Back to the Future, he said, "Where's the wheel?" He said, "And where we going? We don't need no road, no wheel. We're gonna be flying high." Okay. And when the physical body detaches from the mind does its astral projection. It don't need the body. That's the concept. I hope you understand it. That's where I got that from. But we are, in effect, departing from the earth, the physical body. Conceptually, mentally, you can do that. The mind can go wherever it wants. The physical body can go up, back, left, right, up, and then 6 ways. That's a cube opened up. A cube opened up 6 pieces, 4 going that way, and 3 going that way. That's the cross. That's the concept. Okay, symbolical. Okay, but the body simulates the reality that experienced by our what? Consciousness, the mind, and leaving it through astral projection, meaning the physical body is at rest, is akin to what? Transcending from earth. Like Bible, basic instruction before leaving earth. The spirit gonna leave the body. The body can see the earth. See? All symbolism. We all think in the physical form. Well, leave the physical body. No. The physical body ain't leaving earth. The physical body ain't going nowhere. Again, the astral body, the mind, the nervous system, that's part of the connection with the spirit, that's going to go. It don't die. Okay, it's generated forever. It's going to keep going. That's the spirit. Okay, so our minds, I'm wrapping it up right here. Good Lord, almost perfect. Our minds are systematically, we call education, is called indoctrinated to what? To be hindered, and it hinders our access to metaphysical knowledge, esoteric, hidden, true knowledge that they don't give you. I'm giving it to you, and they don't like me doing that. Why? Because they can't keep tricking you. Once you get esoteric knowledge and true meaning of things that they're doing that you don't know they're doing, they can't bamboozle you or manipulate you no more. So they don't want you to be conscious. They want to keep you dumb. But concerning what? The multiverse and the alternate realities that lies beyond our current one, our souls find themselves confined here in the physical body. Why? Because the mind lacks the wisdom to project consciousness out of this soul system, a concept often referred to as what? Ascension. The ego conscious, the ego mind is not able to ascend. Why? No knowledge. Okay, no progression, nothing to make it elevate. That's why. As long as they keep you docile, they know you will never raise up. The Kundalini serpent has to rise by what? Righteous, good living. That's why. And it happens inside the body. Wrapping it up. And this is the concept. When the body and the soul separates from the deteriorated body, meaning the dead body, everybody died. The body now, the spirit and the mind, the conscious and the spirit goes. The heart and the mind goes together. When the body ceases to exist, they part. So the body is just there. So the judgment is what? One's heart. Your conscious mind and the heart has everything that you ever done. And when your body is the deteriorated body that's laden with material, if you still haven't reached the level of enlightenment, you still have cravings, you still have desires, you still have lust, you still want to live, you still want to come back to get some more and have this. So that's being ignorant is a false identification, and the lust that they carry in additional layers of what? Misguided identity. They still want what? Lustful things in the body of the flesh. But this results in the mind. What? Yearning to return what? Back to the body, back to earth. That's reincarnating, and is driven by what? Lingering desires due to the ignorance of oneself for what it has to offer in what they call religious practices, such as Buddhism, who advocates meditation to reach this what? State of mind that's devoid. Listen, I told you, sages have to do this, and this was the purpose of meditating for. The mind now devoid of attachments to what? Material things and possessions, so that it would prepare you for what? Death. Preparing for death is giving up life, materialistic nonsense, and saying, I don't need none of those things. Why? Because when I die, if I still crave them things, I'm going to reincarnate. Why? It's going to be heavy on my heart. It's going to be heavy in my feather, and the scale going to go down. I'm going to get eaten by a man. And I will have to return here with another body, with another conscious mind. That's why. Imagine you knowing who you is forever. Okay, ponder that one. Oh, I want to go to heaven. I want to see my grandpa. That nonsense. You better worry about you. Damn what they going to... No, you need to get you together. Why? That's serious business. Let me wrap it up and take it home right here. Now, this is telling you what I just said. You got to have these attachments to material possession. When you give that up, this passion, this detachment from worldly things and people, so that what? It will prepare you for death. Why? Because achieving, this is the goal for all of us, right thinkers, achieving self-mastery over the soul and the ego self and mind now becomes what? A paramount in what's preparing for life, what? After death. Where you only go where material pursuits cease to exist. You no longer crave earthly pleasures, no longer crave things of the flesh. You are now a spiritual being. Have your experience, your human experience. You got past the test. You can go on forever now and live with God, aka the Father. You might not like it. Think about it. Do it make sense? My whole thing is, if it makes sense, you gotta give it some thought. That's all I'm saying. You ain't gotta like it, subscribe to it, but you gotta give it some thought. Hope you enjoy the lesson. This was fun for me. I'll be right back. Now we have the soul trap. I don't know if I take this next lesson. This is Satan and they go that stuff. Some of the stuff I don't really indulge in, so I'll find the next lesson for you. But until then, right thinkers, may you all. Oh, that's time. Okay, incarnation of the soul. That's a good lesson. I'm gonna go with that one. All right, but in closing, right thinkers, I'm getting prepared for the next lesson. Again, in closing, may you all live to be 100. May 100 minus that day. So I know that my right thinkers who now know about the soul trap and the ego versus the soul who passed away, aka the holy war that takes place inside me and you. I'm out.